Cool. All right, so we're gonna work on opening into our hips, lower or our hamstrings, lower back area, side body, and then into our upper body where we'll be doing some twists. And we're going to get into twisted half moon pose. Get ready. It's gonna be fun. So have 2 blocks handy if you have them. If you don't have blocks, you're gonna need something. So you could bring a chair into the party, right? So that when we come to these positions where I'm like, okay, we're gonna bring our blocks forward, you can actually hold your chair, and then we will end up lifting a leg, and so you can hold your chair, right? And then you can end up reaching and then twisting, right? So have a chair handy or have blocks handy. And as I said, we'll start in child's pose. So open your knees as wide as you want, bring your big toes together. Maybe start with your knees a little bit apart, right? Maybe not quite as wide as your yoga mat, but just a little bit open. And then reach your arms forward, start wiggling your hips a little side to side. You can rest your forehead on the ground if that feels comfortable, or even bend at your elbows and stack your palms so then you can rest your head on your hands. And so we want to feel a little bit of pressure, pushing those hips down to the heels, right? Opening into the tops of our ankles and those feet. Maybe wiggle your toes, just create awareness around them. And again, if your forehead's on the floor, maybe you rock your head side to side. And you close the eyes and start to listen for the flow of your breath as you start to elongate your breathing. Right, nice deep inhale, feeling the back open, and open mouth exhale. Press all the stale air out of the body. Get as empty as you can, like you're squeezing out a balloon, and breathe in again. Pause as you feel full at the top and breathe a little more in. And again, open mouth exhale. Contract that navel, pull it up to the spine, squeeze those ribs into against those lungs, and one more deep breath. Deeper than you've been yet, hold it, sip it up, and open mouth exhale. Squeeze all the air out of the body, get emptier. And then the natural breath inside. And natural exhale whenever it feels good. And just relax your body in the shape as much as you can. Just a couple more natural breaths. Allowing your body to really rest heavy. Okay, and then we'll lift the head, look at your hands. Okay, lift your hips up a little, bring your knees together. First, let's tuck our toes. Push your hips down to your heels and just wiggle a little side to side, a little left and right. Relax the head. Even bring your chin to tuck against your chest. You feel opening in the neck and upper back, and rock your head side to side as you rock your hips side to side. Good, and then come up, untuck the toes, tap those feet on the floor, and then push your hips back onto your heels. So now your knees are touching. Okay, walk your hands over to the left, kind of off of your yoga mat. Push into your hands, you push your right hip towards or even past and off of that right heel, right? This is center for me. I'm pushing to the right, so you can almost, my foot is almost hiding, right? And then reach that right arm over to the left side, push into the hands as much as you're reaching, start to drop the right shoulder down and just take a deep breath into that right lung. Navel to spine as you exhale. We're always squeezing the belly in with the breath out, right? Deep inhale to expand. Squeeze the belly in, exhale. One more time. And let it go. And then lift the head, look at your hands, walk to the center of the mat, and then walk over to the right side. And then as you do, push your left hip towards or past that left heel, dropping your head through your arms, reach through those arms, left shoulder gets heavy, feeling it stretch even through your armpit. Take a deep breath in, to the left lung, exhale belly in, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze your core. And again, 2 more breaths. And try to breathe in and out of the nose now, 1 more. And then we'll look at the hands, walk them back to the center of your mat. Come on up. Woo, tuck your toes again, and then push your hips down to your heels. Separate your hands as wide as your yoga mat, right? Open up to the shoulders, and then wriggle side to side. Wriggle or wiggle, whichever one you want to do. Walk your hands back in towards your knees now, and then push into your hands and lift your knees. Squeeze your belly in and drop your heels down, almost like you're trying to sit down behind you, but you have a good grip here in front of you, so you're not going to fall back. Let your head get heavy, so the weight of your head helps to ground you a little forward, but we feel a nice stretch through those lower legs, the ankles, even through your heels. Can you even feel the sensation pulling at the bottom of your feet, your heels area? Squeeze the navel in. Good. Come forward. Drop your knees down, keep them together. Now drop the belly down. Stick the butt behind you, look up towards the ceiling. And now you're pulling your heart forward. So you're gripping the floor, almost like you're trying to slide that floor towards your knees. Peel the outer shoulders towards the wall behind you. So you squeeze behind you. Looking up with the chin, take a deep breath in. And then push into the hands. The weight goes back. Tuck your tailbone, start rounding your back and drop your head. Take another big breath into the back here. Squeeze your navel in as you exhale. And then inhale, come forward, drop the knees, pull the chest forward, look up. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, push into the hands, round the back of the knees, pull up, you roll over them. Inhale, drop the knees. Pull your heart forward, look up. Exhale, tuck the tail, lift the knees, round over them. One more time, inhale, drop, pull, look up. Exhale, push, round, and drop. And then come forward to the knees. Bring your hands forward, walk forward. You're in the middle of your mat, untuck your toes, tap the tops of the feet on the floor. Okay, slide his hands a little forward, step your right foot back, toes on the ground, move forward and back here. Feel the ankle stretch, the toes, right? After all of that on our feet, notice your feet even more. Okay, sweep that right heel to the left. We're gonna come into side plank. Bring the left foot behind you and lift that right arm up. And as you do, squeeze your glutes. Squeeze your right leg muscles around the bones. Squeeze your shoulders in your back, and then squeeze the front of your ribs together, almost like you're gonna do a crunch, right? So you really zip the top ribs, the front ribs here in. Tailbone feels like it could grow long towards your right heel, right? Reaching that right arm up, start facing the palm ahead of you and reach that arm overhead. Not like you're just bringing the arm overhead, but you're reaching, like I could pull your arm. And at the same time, push into the left hand there. Take a nice deep breath, maybe gaze up. Exhale, another breath. Gaze down even. And then slowly drop that right arm down, hand down. Okay, come back. Right leg is still long, toes on the floor. Good, move forward and back. Forward and back, and then lift that right leg. Okay, right hand is under the shoulder, or wrist is under the shoulder, right? Those fingers are more forward. And then bring the left arm forward. Hug the belly in towards low back. Push against the left leg, your foot, your right hand. Grip your fingers into the floor, and then push back through your right heel. And take a nice deep breath. Exhale, bend the right knee and your left elbow. Pull them in together under you. Pull the navel in, and then engage or lengthen. Engage, no, reach. And as you exhale, engage and round the spine. Inhale and lengthen, reach in two directions. Exhale, bend and round. Push into the floor, drop the head. Inhale, extend again. Left hand down. Right leg sweeps out. Drop that leg down. Push your hips back towards the left heel. Woo. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, press back. You don't have to go far, right? You don't even have to go as far as I'm going. Go only as far as feels good for you. If you're like good right there, stay there and then come up. Right, but if you want to press back a little more, notice that ankle stretch as you keep your outer foot down. Can you? It's okay if you can't, right? It can lift. And your whole toes could lift. Maybe try that. Kind of roll on your heel as you press back, you lift the toes, right? And we come up again. Notice what else you're feeling. How does that left knee feel? Good, one more time. Press back. And then come up. Okay, lift that right leg up. Bring it back. Bring the left or your right foot. Lift your right leg. Okay, and then swoop it over to the left outer edge of the mat. Squeeze into the left side waist. So push your right hip towards the right. Look towards that right ankle. So you're looking to the left, past your left shoulder. Hug your belly in. So lift that right leg. Sweep it out to that right side. Tap it down. Push your hips back. Come back up. Lift that right leg. Sweep it back to the left outer mat. Toes drop. Look to the left. Push your hips to the right. Lift the leg, inhale, bring it out to the right, exhale, drop it down. Inhale, exhale, push your hips back. Inhale, come up, lift the leg, sweep it back to the left outer edge of the mat, drop it, look to the left, push that right hip to the right. Lift again, one more time. Scoop it out to the right, drop it down, push the hips back to the left heel, come back up, lift the leg, sweep it back, toes down, look to the left. Okay, now bend, keep your right leg where it is. Bend that right knee, bring that right thigh behind the left thigh, bringing that knee almost towards the outer left knee, won't actually get there. Okay, move your feet away from each other and then push into your hands and just press back, hips towards the floor, but they're not gonna touch. You're floating your hips and you're feeling a nice stretch through that left hip, hopefully. Relax your head, breathe deeply. 2 more breaths. And what happens if you shift your weight around? Okay, and then come on up. Let's find your palms, your fingers are wide, your foundation, number 1. Okay, bring your weight to the left knee, lift that right leg, point the toes back, inhale. Exhale, pull that knee to your nose. Look between your hands, step your right foot forward. You can always use your right hand to help you step it forward. And then start to sink your hips forward here. Sink, sink, sink. That might feel good on that left hip. Wiggle a little side to side with your hips here, being gentle and mindfully aware of what is going on and how you're feeling. Okay, move your hips back and then come forward, but we're not gonna really push all the way back, so you can keep a nice little bend in that knee, but we're just moving the hips kind of back and forward. Be careful of your left knee, adjust as you need, or find a blanket under the knees to support you. Keep your right toes down, so now we're moving on the front of that ankle. Okay. And then we'll pause, bending that front knee, squeeze your left glute. Press into the left knee and the bottom of the whole right foot, and then lift your arms forward and up, pressing and lifting, lengthening. Shoulders are landing over your hips. Left glutes are squeezing hard. We're breathing in. Interlace your fingers. Press your palms up, and then move a little side to side, a little left and a little right. Good. Try to lift as you come to center, and then reach through those palms. You're not just trying to side bend, you're pressing up through the fingers, the hands lead the way. Good, pause in the center, release your hands, and then that right arm is gonna sweep down, twisting us. So the left arm then reaches forward as that right arm reaches back. Stay connected with pushing into the bottom of that right foot. Squeeze the left glute, lift your heart, deep breath, gaze back over that right hand. Start to feel this rotation in the upper part of the body in the back. Right, you lift and lengthen the heart, floating the rib tires from the hips. You twist the left ribs to the right ribs as you exhale. That right knee is still pulling towards the midline of your body. It's not falling out to the right side. Observe it. Take another breath. Look forward to the left hand, and then lean forward as you drop that hand to the ground. Right arm stays up. Reach it up. Hug that right hip back a little, bend into the knee a little more. Feel the left shoulder roll on your back. Take a big breath in. Pull into the twist as you exhale, left ribs up to right. One more. And then slowly that right hand comes down. Okay, now move your hips back. We're gonna lift the right toes and we're gonna hang out here for a bit. So you can use your hands on the floor or you can grab for your blocks here. I always love having blocks handy. So I always encourage, just Joel, if you don't have them, not sure if you have them. Maybe you have them. You're like, I'm good. But if not, go on Amazon and get some blocks or support a local business and get some blocks. Okay, right hip is hugging back. So as you feel that hip energetically pull towards the wall behind you, you can tug. You can feel the tug at the top of that, the part of your hamstring, the origin, right? The origin of your hamstring. And then they insert in towards the knee. So observe, right, the back of that leg. Where is the stretch kind of really present for you? Is it all over? And then what happens if you rotate your right toes a little bit to the right? How does that stretch change in the back of the leg or the outer leg or your outer hip even now? And then lift the toes and then just rotate those toes to the left. Now notice if your hips are moving here too. So we want to keep our hips strong and square. So then our lower belly is contracting here, squeezing up. Help stabilize our pelvis. And then we just rock those right toes to the right, but our left hip is staying on top of the left knee. It's not swinging out to the left. We lift the toes and rock to the left a little. Go in a way that feels good and just do a few more rounds here on your own. Inhale up, exhale down, inhale, exhale. Be gentle, be aware of what's happening in the present moment, be kind in the body. And now as you go left, push the bottom of the foot forward. So you plant that foot down and you get a nice stretch through that whole front of that ankle. Right? Deep breath, try to pull your chest forward. Right? Your chin can come to your chest to feel stretch through the back of the neck and upper back. And then slowly lift the head, lift the toes. Good. Left hand's gonna stay on your block or the floor. Now bring your right thumb to your right hip crease. Pull that hip back, right? As you do, your left hip almost pulls forward and your heart could almost pull forward. And then you push into your left hand and start rotating your right shoulder up towards the ceiling. Keep your right leg strong, flex the upper thigh, keep your toes lifting, try to keep them pointing up. Okay, that right hip is tracking back, your heart is pulling forward, and we can swing that right arm all the way up to the ceiling. Right, feel the left ribs pull up towards the right rib. Elongate your spine. Feel the center of your chest really pull forward. You're opening up into that chest and elongating your upper back. One more breath. And then that right hand can come down. Bring both hands with your blocks or mat over to the outer edge of your right leg. And then swing your body weight into that left hip, right? And just take a breath. You can maybe rotate your toes out towards the right side too, and you're gonna get a nice stretch through the outer right leg and hip. Weight in that left hip, right? Pressing, you're almost squeezing your right side of the body. That navel, the low belly is pulling in. Good. And then we'll swing our hips back to center, lift the toes, bring that left hand to the inner side of the right leg, and we'll re-bend that knee. Well, that was so nice. Okay, move your blocks off to the side. Okay, we're gonna curl the left toes and lift that knee and just kind of hang out here for a second. Right, feel, or even move your hips kind of forward and back, pressing that left heel back a couple times. Maybe feeling a little jealous from all the stretching we've done behind the right leg. So it's time to even ourselves out. Plant your palms, slide your right foot back to meet the left and come into your first down dog. Stretch your fingers wide, relax your head here, and just pedal out your legs. And really notice the difference between the back of the right leg and the back of your left leg. Is there a big difference? Maybe there's not. Maybe you don't feel much at all. Maybe there's quite a big difference. Really pedal the legs so you get into the ankles and the toes. Deep in the breath. Good. Okay. Then slowly come forward and drop your knees down. Let's flip our wrists up here one at a time. Right hand, palm flips up, fingers point towards your right knee. And just kind of move around a little bit, gently, forward and back, side to side. And then when you're ready, just lift the hand, shake it out, And switch, left palm flips up. Spread your fingers wide, your fingernails press down into the floor, and you find a little bit of movement. It's a lot of time on our wrists here to start. Good. And then lift and shake it out. Okay, find those fingers to be wide. Wrists are under your shoulders. We're pressing into those hands. Our belly is tight. The right knee is going to take the weight now, and that left foot extends back. And our leg extends back, and the foot lands. So again, move forward and back, right? We really just did this before when we were in a lunge position. Notice how that feels. Okay, here we're gonna go. Here we go. We're gonna sweep that left heel over to the right side of the mat. Our right foot comes behind us, and we squeeze those glutes as we lift the left arm up to the ceiling for our side plank. Right, firm the muscles around the bones of your left leg. Really press into the right hand to feel the outer right foot connect and root down. Flip the left palm forward ahead of you and reach, 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 like someone is pulling that arm, not just bringing the arm overhead. We feel an energetic reach as we root and anchor through the outer left foot, and we pull out and ahead of us through the left arm. Now deepen the breath here. Maybe your gaze is up, and then maybe it's down. And then slowly reach that left arm overhead, dropping it down to the floor. And bring your right ankle back to the mat. Left toes are still on the floor. I'm going to switch directions here because the wall is going to get in my way. So from here, let's lift that left leg. Good, point the toes to the left, swing that leg all the way out to the left and drop it down. Push your hips back towards that right heel. And then come on up, inhale. And then push back, take your time, right? Notice how it feels to ease into this on this side, forward and back, or forward, up and back, right? So just keep moving up and down, basically. Maybe you play with lifting those left toes, rotating on the heel, right? So as you push back, your left toes lift, and as you lift up, they drop forward, right? And just feel this movement. You're moving through your right knee, your hip, your left inner thigh is getting a nice bit of action, that left ankle, your wrist, your shoulders, core is still strong. Good, and then we'll pause up here, okay? Now lift that leg, sweep it back, bring that left leg over to the right outer edge of the mat, toes land, keep that leg strong, pull your heart forward, and push the hips to the left as you look to the right for that left ankle. Take another breath. And then lift that left leg, swing it out to the left side, tap it down, and push your right hip back to that right heel. Inhale, come up, lift the leg, sweep it over to that right side, drop it down, look, push the hips to the left. Inhale up, bring it out, exhale down, sink it back. Inhale up, lift the leg, sweep it over, drop it down. Exhale, looking to the right. Okay, two more. Inhale up, swing it out, drop, and press back. Inhale up, lift it up, sweep it over to the right, drop those left toes, look to the right. One more. Inhale up, drop it down. Your right hip might be getting tired, it's natural. And then lift it up, sweep it over, toes land. That was it. Woo, feel proud of yourself. Okay, stay here. Then bring your gaze kind of forward. You pull, as you bend that left knee, you pull that thigh against the back of the right thigh, knee drop. Feet separate. We push into those hands and we sink those hips back, trying to get a nice stretch through that right hip. Maybe you move your hands over to the left side a little bit to get into that right hip more. Navel to spine with your exhale. Elongate your breath out. Last couple of breaths here, make them slow, really nourishing breath. Good. We'll walk our hands back onto the mat, lift yourself up, spread those fingers wide, find your foundation. Left leg releases back, we point those toes back. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, knee to your nose, around the spine. Bring it back, inhale. Right arm is gonna extend forward this time. Inhale, exhale, elbow and the knee meet under you. Hug the belly and inhale and extend, right arm forward, left leg back. Exhale, round. Inhale and extend, pausing, drop the right hand. Now, exhale, the knee to your nose, rounding the spine. Look between your hands, step forward, sink your hips forward. Melt over this front leg. Relax your head for a second. Hug your navel to the spine and breathe. And then push into that left foot. Move your hips back a little bit. You can go as straight as you want with this left leg and then come forward. Rebend the knee, push and shift it back. And you come up. You pull the heart up and press it back. Let the head drop. Unravel, lifting your heart. Exhale, round. Over the leg. Inhale, let's do 2 more. Exhale, round over the leg. 1 more time. Inhale, pull that chest forward, look up. Exhale, round over the leg. Stay here. Okay, push the left heel forward, lift those toes. You're keeping your right hip on top of your right knee. Notice how that right hip can kind of swing out to the right side. So let's swing it in to the left side a little bit. Take a breath, pull the left tailbone, your left sit bone back. You might want to grab for your block. Right, nice deep inhale, lift your chest. Exhale and fold over this leg any amount. Shoulders pull back into the back pocket. Your tailbone is pulling back gently. Your left toes are lifting up to the ceiling and they're spreading wide. So you're acting all the way through those toesies. Contract the navel, that lower belly, even the space underneath your navel. So you're stabilizing the pelvis. Creating awareness there already. Okay, and then slowly that body weight's gonna press, or your hands are gonna press into the blocks. Body weight shifts to that right leg, left thumb to your hip crease. Flex the muscles over the bones, pull that left hip back. Hug that left hip back, pull your chest forward and circle that left arm up to the ceiling. Left hip hugs back, glutes are squeezing, left toes are lifting, left thigh is strong. Heart is pulling out of those hips, elongating the spine, and we're twisting right rib up towards the left rib. Try to think about a really long spine here. What does that feel like in the body? Again. Good, left hand comes down. Now bring both hands to the outer left leg. With your blocks, without the blocks, whatever. Push your right hip towards the right. So bring your weight into that right hip and then slowly sink your torso down any amount. Get into that outer right hip, or now start to drop the left toes to the left and maybe feel that in the outer left leg. Another deep breath in and out. You will lift it. We'll walk that right hand to the inside leg. We'll pull that heel in a little bit and rebend the knee. Good job. Switch the blocks. Let's curl the right toes and lift that knee up and just stay here for a second. Bend into that left knee. Keep your right leg active and then maybe move forward and back. Forward and back. Do a little side to side with the hips. Maybe some weird, interesting circles. Okay, and then we'll plant our palms and slide that left leg back to the right leg. And here we are in our downward facing dog. Pedal out the legs. Find some nice distance between your toes and your wrists. So you're really pressing into those hands. Strong in the shoulders and the core. The hips are lifting higher. We're alternating the bends of the knees. We're opening up the backs of the legs more. Notice how the left leg feels versus the right leg now. 2 more breaths. And then we'll bend the knees deeply. Look at your hands. Inhale. Exhale, walk or step both feet forward. Inhaling, halfway lift, hands on your shins. Lift your chest back as flat
core is strong. Exhale, bend the knees and fold forward, relaxing your head. Grab your opposite elbows. Open your feet as wide as you want to feel strong and stable in your stance. And then just sway side to side. Left and right. Couple more breaths here, just really elongating out of that low back. And then drop your arms, contract your belly, squeeze your navel through your spine. Feel the bottoms of your feet and push against them as you start to roll up slowly. Letting your head be the last thing to lift, and then your shoulders shrug up to your ears. Roll those shoulders back, flip the palms away from you, and circle your arms up to the sky above. Big breath in, cross your thumbs here, hook your thumbs, and then your palms face forward, spread your fingers. Squeeze your glutes and your legs, lift your arms, lift your heart up, look up, inhale. Reach back a little bit as you exhale, pressing your hips forward. One more breath. Inhale, come to a straight body, connect your palms, bring them to your heart center, pressing your palms together, be active and take a deep breath in. And open mouth, exhale. Good. Sweep your arms up with a big breath. Exhale, fold forward. You can open the arms nice and wide, swan diving down, relaxing the head here. Inhale, halfway lift, slide those hands up the shins, pull your heart forward. Exhale, plant your hands, step both feet back, plank pose. Inhale, shift your weight forward. Hold it here. Exhale, pull the belly up. Inhale, inner elbows point forward. Exhale, bend the elbows, squeeze them against your body and lower chaturanga all the way down to the belly. Untucking your toes, keep your feet on the floor. Lift your heart, your head, and your hands. Baby cobra. Exhale, stay here. Inhale, lift more. Exhale, stay here. Try to pull the shoulders down the back, maybe look down so the neck is long. And then mount to the floor. Bend your knees, open your knees a little wider than your hips, connect the big toes. Push into your hands, roll over your knees, and come into child's pose. Pressing back hips onto your heels, rest your forehead and your arms and your elbows, your whole body, and just rest. Take a little rest here before we continue on to our standing series. Rock your forehead. Connect with your body through your breath. Bring your breath into parts of the body that feel tight here. Start to soften them as you breathe out. Staying present, just a couple more breaths. Okay, inhale, let's come on up. Beautiful. All right, we forgot one thing on that other side, so let's step our left foot forward here, okay? Slowly press into that left foot, squeeze your right glute, lift your arms forward and all the way up, come all the way up. Interlace your fingers up here. Flip your palms up, take a breath and lengthen out of the sides of the waist as you move a little left and you move a little right. So keep your foundation and your stability. Your left heel feels like it's pulling back. Your right knee is pulling almost energetically forward. Squeezing the right glute and those muscles around the leg. Pause at the center, reach your arms up. Exhale, left arm stoops down, reaching behind us, and then our right arm reaches forward. Deep breath, lift your chest. Now twist, right shoulder to left. Stay connected with your foundation. Twist, left ribs go back, right ribs pull to left. One more here. Look forward at that right hand, inhale. Lean forward, drop that hand to the floor. Left arm pulls up. Pull your heart center up. Twist your right ribs up to the left again. 2 more breaths. And find it in the upper body, 1 more. And then left hand comes down. Let's tuck those right toes, lift that knee. Okay, let's step forward, meet your left foot. Inhale, halfway lift, pull your chest forward, long back, hips pull back, heart pulls forward. Exhale, fold over those legs. Step the left foot back. Keep the knee up this time, contract that belly, push into your right foot, reach your arms back, circle them up, inhaling here. Pull that left hip forward, right hip back, bend into that right knee, keep that left leg active. Deep breath, interlace your fingers, press your palms up here. Try to lift up through your heart, really wiggling to elongate the sides of the body. One more here. Hug those front ribs together, just straighten the back. Release your palms. Right arm sweeps down to reach behind you as your left arm reaches forward. Deep breath in, bend into that right knee, exhale, twist with it. Two more. One more. Looking forward at the left hand, lean forward, drop it down. Right arm is lifting, reaching higher. Exhale, drop that hand to the floor. All right, this is where our blocks are gonna become friends or your chair. Right, so find your blocks or your chair out ahead of you. Find the blocks on the high height, lift it up. Okay, start to walk your blocks forward or hold your chair out ahead of you. Drop the head, the torso on that right leg. Just take a breath. Preparing the body and the mind mentally, really, that we're gonna balance on this right leg. But our hands are gonna stay on the support, on the blocks or the chair. So lift your torso, lift your head, Bend that back knee, step forward a couple times. Find your right toes maybe to spread. Find the bottom of that foot, your foundation, and push into it as you lift that left leg. Reach that left heel back, pull your chest center forward. Okay, our right foot is down and our left leg is back. So we're gonna keep our left hand down and reach your right arm forward. Take a breath. Another one. Drop that right hand, bend that right knee, and then lean or step back just a little bit to drop that left foot down. And then walk your hands back to outline that right foot or bring your chair closer. Okay, now pull that right hip back. Both legs are straightish and strong. Push against the bottom of the right foot. Really press into the floor with that right foot. Feel that strength all the way up through the hip. And then our heart center pulls forward. And then we start twisting. So then bring the weight to the left hand and our right thumb comes into the hip crease. We pull our heart center forward as we pull that right hip back and then we start rotating the chest up. Keep pressing against that right foot. And if you want to, reach that right arm up. Hug the left ribs up towards those right ribs. Two more breaths. Twisted triangle pose. One more, right hip hugging back. And then that right hip or right hand comes down. Okay, one more, bend that front knee, walk your hands forward, find your block or your chair, lean into it, but keep nice foundation on that right leg. Left leg is active. Okay, we're gonna go quick here, slowly. Right thumb to the hip crease. Heart pulls forward, right shoulder comes up, right arm comes up. Twisted half moon pose. Squeeze those left glutes. Push back through that left heel, pull forward through your heart and the crown of the head. Hug the left ribs up to the right. For 3, 2, 1. Right hand down, bend that right knee, take a big step back, walk your hands back with you. Sink into those hips, drop the left knee down. Good, now move your hips back a little bit, slide your right foot back just a little, walk it over to the left. Now you're gonna lean forward, untuck the left toes, and then drop your right knee to the right. Tuck the left toes and then move that knee back a couple times. Bring your support pillow, blanket, whatever, underneath your right hip as you need. Sink down, but lift your chest. Start here. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And we're not going to be here super long, so enjoy this. Try to think about lifting and lengthening through the crown of the head, this constant flow of energy up and out through the top of your skull. Shoulders are heavy. One more breath. Okay, wow, that felt good. All right, now plant your hands, tuck the left toes, pull that knee forward a couple times. Okay, then ditch your blocks off to the side here. Swing your right foot back, move that knee back. Go into a child's pose for a sec. Take a breath. Sigh it out. Lift your body, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Good job. Wiggle out those legs, bend, alternate the knees, do your thing here. Notice how this posture keeps changing as we keep practicing. We keep opening up our body. How do the legs feel now? How does that right hip feel versus the left hip? Let's go ahead and lift that right leg. Bend that right knee and lift that hip on top of the left. This will probably feel good here. And then maybe do a nice big circle. Bring your right knee out to the right and then down to the left knee, pushing it back and up and over and out. Reverse the direction whenever, just big circles. Straighten the leg, meeting down dog. Inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Bend the knees, look forward at your hands. Take a big step with both feet. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Relax, hold your elbows, drop the head and just sway here, side to side. Navel to spine. And then drop your hands. All right, that right foot's gonna take a big step back. Boom, plant it down. Bend that left knee, squeeze those muscles around the right leg, hug your belly in, and when you're ready, push into your feet, sweep your arms back, circle up. Squeeze those right glutes, bend the left knee, interlace your fingers, press your palms up, lengthen, right leg is so strong. We bend that left knee, we open up into the front belly, that right hip, the front of the leg. Feel all of this goodness. 2 more breaths here. All right, pause at center, release your hands, left arm sweeps down, that reaches back, and that right arm pulls forward. Hug the left hip back a little, bend into the knee, deep breath. Exhale, twist. 2 more. Right shoulder to left. 1 more breath. Twist it out. Look forward, drop that right hand down. Reach that left arm up and twist here. Sink that hip down, that left knee bends. Right shoulder rolls in the back, and we hug the right ribs up to the left. Another breath. Left knee pulling into the midline of the body. 1 more. And then drop that hand down. All right, let's find our blocks. Maybe you drop your right knee just for a second here, a little reprieve. Find the blocks in the high height. When you're ready, lift that right leg back up. Okay, walk your hands forward, find your blocks or your chair. Head is heavy. Mentally prepare that we're going to balance on this left leg, even as fatigued as it might feel, like mine. Then step that right foot forward. When you're ready, push against the bottom of that left foot. Reach the right leg back as you pull your chest forward and reach again through the crown of the head. Okay, first, we just balance. Left arm pulls forward. Hug the navel into the spine. We're looking down. Our right hip is parallel to the floor. That left hip is reaching back. The right heel is reaching back. Another breath. Left hand down, bend that right knee, and then just step that right foot back, like to the middle of the mat. Walk your hands back to outline that left foot. Hug that left hip back, your right hip hugs forward. Legs are strong, push against the bottom of the left foot. Pull your heart center forward, deep breath in. Exhale, bend the elbows and fold over the leg. Keep pressing against the bottom of the foot here. Bring your chin to your chest all the way. Hug the navel in to that low back. Good, and then we'll push into those hands. Shifting the weight to that right hand, left thumb to your left hip crease, and you pull that hip back as you pull your chest forward and you keep pushing against that left foot. Slowly that left shoulder lifts and we can circle that arm up towards the ceiling. Try to lengthen your heart forward here, squeezing kind of that left side waist, hugging that navel in, that lower transverse abdominis muscle, wrapping around you. 2 more breaths. One more. Left hand comes down, face that heart to the floor, bend that front knee a little bit. Walk your hands forward, find your blocks for your chair. When you're ready, push and lift that right leg. Here we are balancing on this left leg. We're gonna go quick. Left thumb to the hip crease, heart pulls forward, right leg is so strong. Slowly, our left arm pulls up. We push out of that right hand, twisted half moon pose. 3 more breaths. Left ribs pull up. Inhale, lengthen. Be strong, right ribs pull up to the left. 1 more breath. You've got it, lift that right heel. Drop the left hand, look down, bend that left knee, step way back. Blocks come with you. Drop that right knee down, beautiful work. Move the hips back a little bit, slide that left foot back just a bit. So walk it over to the right, and then we drop the knee to the left. And then we can keep the right toes tucked this time, and then move the knee back, untuck the right toes, lift your chest. Grab any support underneath that left hip as you need. Always try to soften into it whenever you find that support or wherever you are. Lift your chest up. Stay upright. So you really elongate out of that right hip. You sink into the left. Couple more breaths. Soften the whole body. Good. Okay, curl the right toes, lift the knee, move it forward. Do that left foot back, knee comes back, child's pose. Drop the blocks, rest your forehead. Wiggle the hips side to side. Good, another breath. And we'll slowly come back up to those knees, ditch the blocks off to the side of the mat. Tuck your toes, spread your fingers, lift down, up, downward facing dog. Last one. Separate your feet hip distance, bend and alternate the knees, wiggle your hips, tilt the pelvis. Get in there, right? Maybe you want to lift that left leg again, bending the knee and opening up that hip, stacking the left on top of the right. Whew. And you can circle, left knee out to the left, down by the right knee and out again. Going in both directions. Left leg goes back, drop it down, downward facing dog. Last huge second. Open mouth, exhale. Knee into our low yogi squat, bend the knees, look forward. Step or hop your feet to the outer edges of the hands and your mat, lifting your hands and palms to connect in front of your heart. Squeeze them, push your palms together, and then squeeze your knees against your elbows. Lift your heart towards your thumbs and lengthen through the crown of the head. Navel to spine. Squeeze that lower belly. 2 more. Hands or no hands, come down to your feet. Bottoms of the feet connect, grab your ankles. Lift your chest and spine, nice deep breath in. Pull yourself forward gently, bending over your feet. Elbows press against your calves, maybe walk one hip back and the other hip. Lengthen your heart forward again, press the bottoms of your feet together, notice what that does in your low back. Holding even more, even more, and even more. And then slowly come on up. Bring those knees together. Give yourself a little hug. Relax your head. Good. Lift your head, walk your feet forward. Lengthen those legs nice and long. And now maybe you want a strap to loop the bottoms of your feet, right? Maybe we can keep our legs a little more straight today. So grab your strap, bring your legs together, and then walk one hip back and the other hip, even remove the bits out from under you, okay? And then lift your chest, elbows squeeze in, right? Shoulders pull down into our back pockets, and we just start here. Feel the length
as you pull up through the back of the neck, around the back of the head, so the chin drops in a little or drops down a little and pulls in so the ears are right over your shoulders. And then start bending or pulling yourself forward, right? Lengthen through the crown of the head like there's a post right on your spine, right? And it's kind of taped, right? Like a scarecrow, right? You're super straight. Tipping forward. 3 more breaths. One more deeply. And then we'll slowly come on up. Release the strap off to the side. Bend the knees. Scoot forward. Have enough room to lay back. Arms forward. Tuck the tail. Roll down. 1 vertebra at a time. Okay, bend those knees or keep them bent. Feet on the floor. Tuck your shoulders under you. Drop your knees apart. Connect to the bottoms of your feet. Rest your right hand on your belly and the left on your heart. Tuck your shoulders under you again. Rest the elbows heavy by your side. Maybe let your eyes close. Exhale everything out of your body. So wherever you are in your breath cycle, just get empty. Feel your lips. Breathe in through the nose for the count of 4, 3, so full. 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath inside. Feel full. Exhale through the nose for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath out. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath in, so you're so full. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push it out. Inhale again, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get empty. And then a natural breath inside. A natural exhale whenever it feels good. Let your breath just be in its natural rhythm now. Relax the muscles along your spine. Feel heavier against your mat. Lift the knees. Extend your left leg forward. Extend the right leg forward. Relax your feet open. You can keep your hands on your body or rest them by your side. Find any additional support that you would like as we make ourselves into our Shavasana. Once you find that final resting pose, let's breathe once more, just exhaling all the air out of the body. Take the deepest breath in that you can, fill every little crevice. Hold the breath, sip up more air. Hold it, retain it. Open mouth, exhale. And let your breath come back again to its natural rhythm. Relaxing again with your exhale, softening the muscles over the bones. Relaxing the jaw. Relaxing your eyes. Relaxing your whole head. Relaxing your shoulders and your arms. Relaxing your mid and lower back. Relaxing through the hips and down the legs, the ankles and the feet, relaxing. The whole body here is at ease. The whole body here is effortlessly resting. Letting go more.
Letting go more than we think we can. Letting go with every exhale. Just relaxing more. Slowly just begin to deepen your breath. Maybe start to notice the inside layer of your eyelids, moving your eyes under the lids a little bit. Follow, rock the head gently left and right. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Smile. Flex your ankles, roll the wrists. Start bringing your legs together. Bring your arms to reach to the wall behind you. And then just stretch in one long line, two directions. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the face, reach the toes and the fingers. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, relax. Keep the eyes closed. Bend the knees, roll over to your side, landing there for a moment. Take a deep breath in here, feeling gratitude in your heart for everything you've done in this practice. Setting the tone for the remainder of the week. Going with the flow. Twisting out things that no longer serve us. And letting go of tension whenever we can. Use your sense of touch, press yourself up to a seat. We'll close our practice together, sitting taller than we have all week, maybe all month. Bring our palms together, lift your heart to the thumbs. Take a nice deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Feel the beautiful effects of your practice. Rub your palms together, generate heat and energy in the hands. For your warm palms, sit cup over your closed eyes. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, release your hands down the face, connecting your palms in front of your heart. Believe in yourself and do what you are supposed to. Appreciate yourself, enjoy yourself, and love yourself. From my heart to yours, my friends. Namaste.